We covered how to parse the integer data. In this video, what we'll cover the float data and string data. What is the parsing tree for the string and float data? Okay, then let me start. Look here, first let me go to my Python interpreter or Python shell. Okay, this is called my Python shell. Okay, so what I'm writing here, I'm just writing here 20.40. Okay, suppose I'm writing here 23.44. Am I getting an error? No, you are not getting the error. That means 23.44, this statement is internally matching with predefined syntax of Python interpreter, or you can visualize Python interpreter is cross verifying with the parsing trees, and for this statement or for this type of statement there is a parsing tree already exist. Okay, now let me go to that. Let me explain you diagrammatically so that you can visualize. Okay. So what is the statement I have written in the cell? I have written the statement called 23.44. 23.44. This is called my user statement. My statement means user statement. What is the next? When I will press the enter key, then it will go to the interpreter. This is called my interpreter. This is called my interpreter. Interpreter. So interpreter, what it does, it is cross verified with the different parsing trees, because interpreter is nothing but collection of predefined syntax, or you can tell collection of predefined parsing trees. Okay, there are different type of parsing trees are available. Now let me make it p. There is a parsing tree called p1, there is another parsing tree called p2, there is another parsing tree called p3 is present. Okay, now the statement we have written here 23.44. The statement is 23.44. Let me make a diagram. Okay, let me make a parsing tree for that. So what I'm doing, I'm making some circles here. Okay, this is called my circle A or state A. Then there is another called B. This is called my state B. This is called my state B. So what it will do, this A is a state. This entire diagram, entire state, right? This is called my entire diagram. This is a float parsing tree diagram. This is called my float parsing tree. This is called my float parsing tree. So now this A, what A does? Okay, it will only accept the values from 0 to 9. There is no combination, only it will accept the values from 0 to 9. Okay, combination of, it will only accept the values from 0 to 9. Combination of 0 to 9. This is called my state A. Once it is getting a dot, right, what it does, once it is getting a dot, it will go to the state B. It will go to state B. What is the next state? Once it is getting a dot, okay, once it is getting a dot, it will go to state B. This is called my dot. And in the B, again in the B, it is combination of 0 to 9. State B also called what? Combination of 0 to 9. State B is called, okay, let me remove this one. It is not able to, I am not able to write. This is called my combination of 0 to 9. Combination of 0 to 9. Okay, now let us parse the 23.44. Let me remove the last dot. So what we do first is, now let me break the 23.44 to multiple parts. 23.44, let me break it to 2, 3, dot, 4, 4. So the interpreter, what it will do, it will first fetch 2, then it will cross verify here. Okay, so now 2 is part of my 0 to 9. Then another one is called my 3. 3 also part of 0 to 9. Again it is getting a dot. Once it is getting a dot, what it will do, it will immediately change its state to B. It will immediately change to B. Again B, there are 4 also part of 0 to 9. Again 4 also part of 0 to 9. That means the statement is syntactically correct. That means there is a predefined syntax that is matching with this statement. So this statement is syntactically correct. Now you have doubt like, right, is it because till now how many parsing tree we saw? Till now we have saw two parsing trees. One is called your integer, another is called my floating parsing tree. Let me go through quickly for the integer. What is the integer parsing tree? Integer parsing tree, this is called my integer parsing tree. What is its hold? This is called my state A. Example, suppose this is called my state I. So this state only it holds what? 0 to 9. This state only holds combination of 0 to 9. Okay, there is no dot, there is no second state. So okay, you can see, right, it will cross verify with each and every parsing tree. If it is matching, then it will give the, if it is matching with any one of the parsing tree, then it will tell okay, you are syntactically correct. Now look, suppose I am writing 23.44. Is it matching here? 2 is matching because it is part of 0 to 9. 3 also matching. There is no dot, that means it is not an integer. It is not an integer. Again it will go to the floating parsing tree. Here it is matching. That means interpreter will automatically identify, oh, this is a floating data. User is trying to process floating data. Okay, I think this is clear. Next one is, let me write some other statement in my Python interpreter. Okay, suppose I am writing here single quotes. Within single quotes I am writing here hello world. Okay, am I getting error? No, you are not getting. In the within single quotes also I am getting writing Python. You are also not getting. Within double quotes I am writing something called Python. I am not getting an error. That means these statements are matching with the parsing trees. Suppose I am writing within triple quotes, I am writing here hello world. Okay, within triple quotes I am writing hello world. I am also not getting error. Now let me do one thing. Suppose I am writing hello. Okay, here you can say if you are starting with double quotes, okay, then you are writing some statement, you are getting the syntax error. You can tell incomplete input. It is clearly telling. That means for these statements there also parsing trees are present. Okay, let me quickly show you that parsing trees. Look here, there is a parsing tree if user statement is starting with double quotes. User statement starting with double quotes, okay, then it will go to another state. Okay, if it is ending with double quotes, if it is getting another double quote, it will go to my final state. This is called my double quotes. So here, right, the middle state, okay, let me mention it by using the name called A, another name is called my B, another name is called my C. This is called my 3 states are there. Okay, so the B, that is, this is called my important part. Here in B we can keep everything. We can keep all the keyword values except double quote, okay. Now let me write here Python double quotes. So what I am writing here, now let me write here within double quotes I am writing PYTHON. Okay, look here. So the first double quote, it is matching here. Interpreter will fetch the first double quote. Okay, it is matching here. It is not matching with integer, it is not matching with float. Now it is third one, right? This is the third parsing tree, that is called my integer parsing tree. It is matching here. You can see double quote is matching. Then once it is getting a double quote, it will change its state to B. And the B, we can keep all the keyword values. In the keyword, whatever the values you are seeing, right, you can keep. Now P also part of the keyword values, Y also keyboard values, right, T also, H, O, everything it is accepting. Now it is getting a N double quotes. Once it is getting a double quote, it is going to the final state and it is declaring user is processing a string data. Is this clear? Suppose I am writing here, I think this is clear. Now let me write here within double quotes. Okay, let me remove the double quotes. I am writing here Python. Now try to identify whether this is matching with the interpreter or parsing tree or not. So okay, first double quote is matching. Now it is going to PYTH, it is matching in the state of B. But you know, right, the entire statement, right? The statement should reach from the A to C, and here once it will reach to C, at that time there is no more character pending from the user input side. Now I am able to reach to B. Now I am able to reach to B. Okay, I can't reach to C because I did not provide the double quotes. That is the reason it is throwing the syntax error. That is the reason it is throwing the syntax error. Okay, suppose I am writing here within double quotes, I am writing PYTHON, then I am writing a single quote, then I am writing ABC, then I am writing here at the rate 1 2 3. Is it matching or not? Yes, it is matching because you are starting with double quotes. Okay, then it will go to the B. It is in the B, it is matching. B means everything except double quote. B means everything except double quote. So here I am writing PYTHON, then 3 dots, single dots, then ABC at the rate 1 2 3. Once it is getting a and double quotes, it will reach to the final, it will reach to the final state, and it will declare this is called my string data. That means user is trying to process the string data. Okay, same way Python also giving the more flexibility. You can declare there is a parsing tree. If you are starting with single quotes, then keep some string here, then end with the single quotes. Also you can start with 3 dots, then ABC, then I am providing 3 dots. That means there is a same parsing tree for the single quotes. If user is starting with single quotes, it should be end with also single quotes. Now this is called my single quotes. Then it will state it will change the state to B. Now this is called my B. Next one is called my C. Next is called my C. Here this is called my ABC. Okay, this is called my A. This is called my B, state B. This is called my state C. State C. Okay. So what is the B? B is, it will accept everything. It will accept everything except the single quotes. Okay, for the same syntax we can get for the triple quotes. Okay, now let me write here. Okay, now let me make 3 dots. A, another is called my B, another is called my C. A, B, C. Okay, if user is starting with triple quotes, it should be end with triple quotes. Now tell me, suppose I am writing here within double quotes. Okay, within double quotes I am writing 1 2 3. Then it is called my which parsing tree? This 1 2 3, it will match with string. It will match with what? It will match with string parsing tree. String parsing tree. Hence this is called a string data. Hence this is called what? Hence this is called your string data. Okay, can I write like this way? Within double quotes, can I keep single quotes like this way? Can I keep single quotes? Then I can write ABC, then I can write 1 2 3 at the rate. Yeah, it is matching. Yeah, you can see, right? Double quotes is matching. Then anything except double quotes, right? That means this is also syntactically correct. Okay, thank you guys. In the next video I will show you the memory read write operation parsing trees. Thank you.